Well, again, it was definitely a first game, I think, for both teams. There was a lot of mistakes, but again, it was nice making some mistakes and coming out on a positive note right there. But we had some good videotape to show the guys a lot of good things, but again, a lot of things that we need to work on, and a lot of it's just early season stuff. So hopefully we can clean that up and now move on to week 2.
I know we talked about this a little bit on Saturday, but now that we're a few days removed from it, just talk a little bit more about Rathan and the spot he was put in, and backstopping you guys to a win there in the end.
Yeah, he stood tall. There's no question. It's a very difficult situation for Rathan. Very difficult situation coming in. I mean, you got a 3-2 lead, 10 minutes to go, and Duluth had a really good push at that particular time. Really good push, and they even had more push when he came in, and he shut the door on a couple breakaways and a couple, pinpoint plays, and he was. I mean, here's the reason they gave him the goalie of the week right there, so he earned it, that's for sure. In the ninth inning, he earned it in the ninth inning.
The only line that kind of carried over from the end of last year was that McLean, Chittenden, Lawson line, and they picked up right where they left off. Just walk me through the decision to keep the three of them together and how it paid off early on.
Well, again, we just felt again that they had good chemistry at the end of the year, and the way things are playing out with some of the other lines, we felt why not keep that line together. They've got continuity. They like playing together, so it's a long season. Who knows what's going to happen? But I mean, it was for us early on. It was it just made sense.
And then, I know we talked about it again, but that experience having those 1,500 games played in the lineup, just how nice of a crutch is that, even when it's not going your way in the third period, that it's a group of guys out there with the experience that have shown the resiliency before to go out there and close out a win.
Well, for sure, Jerry. I mean, they're battle tested. I mean, that's the biggest thing is that they're battle tested. You hope they don't get rattled in certain situations. When it's a key part of the game, hopefully they'll respond the right way. That's what you hope for. I mean, that's why you have experience, because you've been in those situations before. But again, as experienced as we were, we give up a goal with a half a second to go in the first period and a minute and a half to go in the third period. So again, I just said with our experience, that should not be happening. So there's some things that we need to clean up. But it's nice having that experience, but we also want to make sure that we don't repeat that performance from the standpoint of you want to make sure, again, the last couple of minutes of a period and the first couple of minutes of a period that, that's not happening, because those are just momentum goals.
And then Duluth and St. Cloud are a little similar in the sense that they have a lot of turnover, big freshman class, big transfer class. So what can you expect out of St. Cloud this weekend?
Oh, I don't know. And again, Jared, I'm not looking so much at St. Cloud. We're obviously watching tape, but we're just so dialed in with the Beavers right now. Again, we've got a lot of videotape to show. We got a lot of things. Like I said, I'm probably overusing the word cleaning up, but we got a lot of cleaning up to do. And I just want to make sure that we get to the point where we're comfortable in all different situations. We're comfortable in all three periods. We're comfortable in all three zones. We're playing faster. We're reacting faster. I mean, those are the things that you work on right now when you talk about, and a lot of it's just timing type things. So I think this competition early on helps us. That's for sure. I mean, the game, that game it's like the Indy 500. That's how fast it's going.
You get to come play at home for the first time this year, and first time with fans coming in with the Bob Peters bust. First time in the track of the McNaughton Cup defending season. Just how excited are the guys to come back here and play? Yeah,
I think so. Again, you don't think of that because you have a job to do Friday night on the road. So it's a weird weekend where you're going to St. Cloud on Friday. It's a 7:30 game, but it's not a 7. It's a 7:30 game. So, I mean, we're going to get back awful late, but then we got to respond the next day. But they got to make a trip too. So, we're both in the same boat. But again, it's going to be fun on Saturday. But again, we don't talk about Saturday because we got a job to do on Friday.
Coach, playing the one game versus the 2 games last weekend, do you feel like that helped you in the sense that, hey, we've just got one game and we were able to come out with the win and take that positive? Or do you like having the 2 games where you get to play back-to-back nights and kind of see you guys into the end of the season?
It doesn't matter to me, Charlie. It's kind of like the old adage, whatever the scheduling people want, that's what you do. And Sandy and I talked about it. We had a couple split weekends where we could do this. We said, why not? And a lot of it's because it's 2 hours and 45 minutes. That helps. And again, initially, initially we couldn't play on Friday night. We had to play. Saturday was obviously, again, that was when the season started on Saturday. Well, then about a month before the season, they said, "Oh, we're going to go back one day and you can start on Friday." Well, that was too late. So if we had that option to go Friday and Saturday, would we have done it? Probably would have. But it works out really nice where we had the one game on Saturday and then we come back here for New Year's Eve. So I'm happy with that. He's happy with that. So again, you don't overthink it.
Safe to assume you had to work on 3-on-3 a whole heck of a lot before last Saturday?
Not a chance. We never do, though. We never work on it. I mean,
how much better are guys at just sticking to a few basic rules of 3-on-3, have a good change?
Yeah, that's all you can do is you want to possess it. You don't want to give the puck. Hey, we gave the puck up. Like you don't want to give the puck up. You want to possess it. You want to hit the net. You want to play with some pace. You want to try to get some crisscrossing. Some scissors plays, just like in basketball. Just like anything, you want to obviously cross up your opponent. There's just a lot of different things you want to do, but you don't want to. You can't overcoach it. These guys just got to play, and they're fine. Both teams. I mean, you don't need to play it that much. Have your basic principles. I mean, it is gimmicky hockey. I mean, it really is, but that's the world we live in right now, where gimmicky hockey is part of our world.
Yeah, it's always nice to get a win in the first game of the season. I mean, it feels like it's been a while, especially since I've been here, that we've won the first game of the year. Obviously, it wasn't pretty. It wasn't, drawn up exactly the way we wanted to, but it's always nice to come out of there, get some out-of-conference points and get a dub.
From your perspective, just talk about Rathan Robbins and what he did in that game.
No, that was, to sit there for probably like 2+ hours, not getting the action, and then step right in and first, I think did a power play right away or some huge save. And I think that just kind of instilled confidence in him and even in all of us on the bench. We see him working every day. We see him working on the ice, off the ice. We always know he's ready for it. And, he sat there, he's grinded, he's waited his chance, and, it's great to see him show out.
Yeah, and, makes 5 saves in overtime, kind of gets through that long change where you guys couldn't get out. When he starts piling up those saves, does it somehow even pull more urgency out of you in that moment?
100%. Yeah, like you said, there's the one shift where we just couldn't get out of the D zone and felt like he was standing on his head almost at one point. And that just brings energy to the bench. And I think next shift we scored, so it's got to be some sort of correlation there. I don't know.
You guys had 1,500 games of experience in the lineup on Saturday. Even when it's not going your way in the third period or that shift in overtime, how much does that experience play a factor in trying to, find that resiliency to come out on top?
Yeah, I think that's something Coach talks about a lot. We're a veteran group. We got a lot of older guys on our team. So, we played in so many tight games. We know what it takes to win. We know what it takes when we're not playing well, when we're playing well. So I think it definitely helped us a lot in that game especially. They're a young team, very young actually compared to us. So I think just, having the older guys, it's not just like forward, we have D-men, we got so many experienced guys. So I think that's the kind of stuff that, when it gets in a close game like that, when, it gets a little dicey out there, it's kind of, that experience definitely helps out.
And St. Cloud's another team, a little bit similar to Duluth, a lot of turnover, new freshmen coming in, they're going to be in the lineup right away. Just how does that experience play a factor there, even though it's their home opener? It's, big crowd, right? Excited. Just talk about how that factor.
Yeah, definitely. Especially on the Olympic ice, it's kind of a different game out there. And most of us have played there before, so that'll definitely help us there. And their home opener, they're definitely going to be fired up. They're going to be ready to go. So I think we just got to come in there and play the same game we've been trying to play all preseason.